And I'm sure there are genuine success stories as well. This one is looking like it's a bit techie. It's looking like it's fake, like it's choreographed. And I'm like, well, why do you need to do that if this strategy is so easy to do, if it is so life-changing? Just give real, genuine ones, you know? So let's have an honest conversation about the rent-to-rent property strategy. You're going to see, or you have seen, if you are on social media, if you're here on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, a lot of property gurus, property influencers talking about the rent-to-rent scheme, how it's no money down, how you can build a property portfolio from nothing using this strategy, especially Samuel Leeds. Samuel Leeds promotes this strategy a lot. I can't tell you how many people over the years of me being on YouTube, on TikTok, have come to me and asked me about my thoughts on the rent-to-rent scheme. And invariably, they've watched a video or videos from Samuel Leeds, who, by the way, is an excellent salesman. I mean, I've watched, before I made my first investment in property, I watched a lot of his videos, and he is excellent at sales, at getting you fired up and motivated. He's got a real talent, a real gift for that. But let's have an honest conversation about the rent-to-rent strategy. And does the way Samuel Leeds promotes the rent-to-rent strategy reflect how achievable it really is for everyday people like me, like you, like your mum, like the guy you sit next to at work? Can anybody do the rent-to-rent scheme? Because he promotes it far and wide. I found this video on YouTube about Samuel Leeds' course on the rent-to-rent strategy really interesting. Let's take a look.
Samuel says it is possible to do no money down deals. I am living proof of that.
Con. Involving abuse of confidence, deceitfully manipulative. To swindle or trick. To persuade by deception, cajolery. A lie. Exaggeration. Or glib, self-serving talk.
Just had a phone call from Dave Mason, one of my members of staff, telling me that he's secured a no money down lease option agreement deal. So I'm pretty over the moon, and I've told my videographer to go and follow him to the house and get in.
So you can see some of the keywords already. No money down, lease option agreement deal. So no money down is, as it suggests, no money involved. You're securing a property without putting any money into it. Lease option is basically an agreement with a landlord to take on a property, do what you want with it. Strategy might be rent to rent. Usually you're going to put it on Airbnb, booking.com, or you might use it as a HMO, and then you make an agreement with the landlord to buy the property after doing that for a certain number of years at an agreed fixed price in the future. So that's really what a lease option is in a nutshell. So I did find it a bit suspicious immediately that Samuel Leeds has said he is doing this whole success story with a member of his staff. Reason why I find it suspicious is that this guy does courses that he gets thousands of people on. He makes a packet from these courses. So to do a success story in your staff as opposed to the thousands of everyday people that you get on these courses, I'm like, but let's see how the video progresses.
Idea of what's going on, so enjoy.
Yeah, just secured myself a lease option agreement on a 5-year lease at a property up in Middlesbrough. And the best part about it is we're about to go view it now. Really excited about this one, guys. I'm just hoping that obviously when I get there, because I've only seen the pictures on the internet and different things like that, so I haven't actually obviously been. So I'm really hoping that it looks good. They say it's had a refurb. So we'll get there and have a look around, do a bit of due diligence and whatnot. He was a tired investor and he wanted to find someone who he could trust to take it off.
That's a good thing to mention as well. When it comes to these lease option agreements or rent-to-rent deals with landlords, they're usually investors who are tired, who don't really want to manage properties anymore. They don't have the time, they don't have the appetite. Maybe they've been doing it for decades and they want to retire. Maybe they're unsuccessful, they're having issues with their tenants. Maybe they're not managing to rent their property successfully. So it's usually tired investors, tired property owners who are good prime candidates for lease option and rent-to-rent strategies.
His hands, and that's exactly what I've done. So I'm just, like I say, I'm really hoping that he doesn't back out at this stage, because I'm like an hour into the journey on the way to Middlesbrough. So I'm just praying that he doesn't back out at this moment. I'm hoping I can get there and secure it, and that all is good, and we can go from there, really. house. We finally made it to Middlesbrough. And I can see us getting a light refurb, maybe slightly more than light refurb, get some carpets in, get some lovely fresh paint on the walls. So I'm really, really pleased that we made the trip this afternoon. And yeah, super stoked to have this property. Hi, yeah, it's Dave Mason. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, just a quick call just to say that I'm really pleased with the day. It's been a phenomenal day. I love the property. I've had a fantastic conversation with the lettings agents regarding getting a light refurb done, and I'm in a really good position to move forward with this one. So I'm going to get the heads of terms sent across to you today, this afternoon, and then we can concentrate on getting some tenants in and making this work.
Easy.
Right, so it's come to pretty much the end of the day. It's been a phenomenal day today, amazing. So yeah, really, really pleased. A bit tired, lots of miles, but I'm at the very end of this now. I'm going to send off the form for the lease option agreement to the investor. I've got all the professional stuff done, all the due diligence done. So I'm going to sign the contracts and the heads and the terms of conditions, and we're going to get it all wrapped up. It's been a week since I signed the contract and sent it off to the investor. I've finally got the keys. Mwah! And I am now the rightful owner of my first property.
Okay, I think there's a twist coming.
Anybody can do this. You know, I went to some of Samuel's training the first time last November in 2018, and that was the first time I was at a crash course. And at that crash course, I learned so much knowledge. And it really is just about implementing the education that Samuel teaches, as I've proven in my first property deal. I'm successful with it, I'm profitable with it, and that is all down to Samuel Leeds' crash course. Samuel says it is possible to do no money down deals. I am living proof of that.
Oh dear. So yeah, I mean, this is a big thing. He said exactly what I alluded to at the beginning of this video. No money down deals. It's possible, which it is possible, but how easy and how common are these deals? Is it as straightforward as going on a course for a weekend and then, you know, the floodgates open, you get all these deals and you're successful, you make thousands of pounds and you quit your job, you know? Rent to rent in terms of a strategy can be a really good strategy. I've got no problem with the strategy whatsoever. Can it make you a lot of money? Yes. Can you do it with relatively little money put in? Yes. Do these landlords out there exist? Yes. Is it easy? We'll see. Does it require a lot of effort? Yes. Is it risky? Yes. These are the elements that you don't see these types of promoters of the strategy talk about, like Samuel Leeds and others. There's lots of them out there. They emphasize those elements a lot less than they emphasize the pros of it, all the money you can make, how you can do it with little money put in. And by the way, I'd actually challenge that as well. Is it no money down? It's actually not, but we can talk about that more later on in the video.
Samuel Leeds! Samuel Leeds!
Oh dear.
Samuel Leeds! This house, my wife wants me to sell this house because...
No, he owns it.
It was an asset.
No.
I used to love this house. So we bought this a few years back, bought it for £56,000. I was renting this house out for $525. The tenant that was in here, paying $550, moved out, left the place looking, meh, okay. We bought it in excellent condition. And then...
So if you haven't actually cottoned on, that guy, the big guy with the glasses who was talking about how he's got this great rent-to-rent deal, talking about how he approached a tired investor, secured it, no money down, lease option, and everything. That tired investor is actually his boss, Samuel Leeds. So they haven't been transparent about that in this video, which is really bad, to be fair.
When we went to remarket the property, the letting agent said...
So in that area, you're looking at about $450, $475 a month?
So I struck a deal where I'm paying around about £200 to the landlord every single month. So the landlord's happy.
I don't really like it that much. Average. And we're going to sell it. It's average house. I don't know. Anyway. I'm sure you've got a lot of questions. What happened? Any questions that you have, comment below, and I'm going to be bringing Dave back onto my YouTube channel, so get commenting your questions below about what just happened on the video.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild, Samuel Leeds. I mean, the thing about it as well, with people like Samuel Leeds and other people who promote the rent-to-rent strategy, part of it is, of course, that, you know, well, I'm assuming the best of these people that they want to promote this strategy to people who are looking to get into property with little money, and it's a way for them to get into it, which it is. But it's also a way for these people to make a ton of money. You know, these courses are thousands of pounds to go on per person. And Samuel Leeds has hundreds, thousands of people on these courses. Do the mental arithmetic. He's making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds, just by doing these courses. Okay, and by putting on these courses, by promoting them on YouTube, by giving these success stories. And I'm sure there are genuine success stories as well. This one is looking like it's a bit techie. It's looking like it's fake, like it's choreographed. And I'm like, well, why do you need to do that if this strategy is so easy to do? If it is so life-changing, just give real, genuine ones, you know? Let me know what you think in the comment section below.
I brought my man Dave Mason onto the show to talk about the lease option agreement that he recently did. So Dave, welcome to the Thoughtful Thursday.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So how's your lease option going?
It's amazing, mate. Absolutely fantastic.
Let me get this down. I've got a whole bunch of questions right here.
Okay.
Because people have been literally... hundreds of people have been reaching out on YouTube about this crazy deal.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a particularly amazing deal. Like, people get deals all the time on a no money down basis.
Yeah.
These options buy now, pay later. But for some reason, yours caught so much attention because of how well documented it was.
Oh, no.
Why,
Samuel? Why?
Secure that house with no money?
Absolutely, yeah. None of my money went into that house. I've secured that house with no money.
So the reason why I know that these no money down deals are not no money down deals is because you do spend money. So you spend money on the course first and foremost. So you spent thousands of pounds to go on this course and learn about the strategy. So that's a few £1,000s down. And I've actually done this strategy myself as well, right? So you spend hundreds of pounds sending out letters to landlords. So you go and access, say, like a HMO landlord database to find all of the landlords within, you know, an area, postcode, and you shoot out hundreds of letters to these landlords, hoping that some of them respond to you. Okay, that costs hundreds of pounds to send out all of those letters to those landlords. It's not no money down. Also, typically, you know, say you're successful and you get a property, you invariably have to spend some money on that property to make it a property that's going to do well on Airbnb, on Booking.com, on Spare Room. You're going to have to spend money on furniture, on cleaning it, most likely, you know, painting it, some light decorations, because don't forget, these are usually tired landlords, and usually tired landlords don't come to you with immaculate, well-presented properties. So I'm always skeptical when these people come and say, yeah, I didn't spend a penny of my own money on this deal, on this strategy. It's usually not true.
Never do it. What about a penny or a pound? I don't think they understand that that house is now my house and I've not given any money towards it.
So you're getting all the rental income, you're getting all the capital appreciation, so it's as if you own it, but technically you don't.
Yeah, I don't get why people are so negative.
You don't get all the rental income because you give a portion of it to the landlord. You give a fixed amount to the landlord each month. That's how rent-to-rent deals go. You sign an agreement. Like, why would a landlord just give you their property and allow you to keep all of the rental monies from that property per month? It doesn't make logical sense. So the way these agreements work is that you pay them a fixed amount, and your hope is that you make over and above that, and you keep the difference between what you pay the landlord each month, a fixed amount, and the extra that you make.
About it, they're like, oh, what happens if this? What about the void?
But we'll get there. I got many questions.
I got many
questions. Well, you are a man of integrity. You left your job as a head teacher because you would believe in the vision, what we do here in the office. When you know how to find a time.
So another thing that you're going to talk about, and I talked about risks. The guy mentioned, what about the voids? What about the voids? No property is 100% full 100% of the time. There's always going to be void periods. So say you were doing Airbnb strategy, for example, yeah? You've secured a property and you've said to the landlord, I'm going to pay you X £100 per month and I'm going to keep whatever I make over and above that through marketing it on Airbnb. Let's take, I don't know, the Christmas period, for example, where most Airbnbs, that industry in general, sees a dip because people are at home for Christmas with their families during the festive season. So you're going to see a dip over Christmas. And you may well make less over that Christmas period than what you're contracted to pay the landlord per month. Where does that money come from? You know, where does it come from? Do you just not pay the landlord? Of course not. They'll take their property back. You've agreed to pay them X per month. So what about the voids, you know?
Landlords, suddenly, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have put that any better.
Where did you find the tired landlords from?
Oh, do you know what? I know this is a crazy answer, but the honest answer is everywhere. They're everywhere. Sometimes you find them through Gumtree. Sometimes you find properties on Rightmove that have been there for years and years and years. You have to get out there. The best due diligence is these. That's the truth.
No, people are like, oh.
So yeah, he's right. You can find them on those different channels and those different platforms, but he has found this landlord through his boss, through the guy sitting in front of him. He's literally just lied on camera. You know, don't like this. What do you guys think in the comment section below? It's not good.
Oh, I looked at 100 houses before. That was your first one?
Yeah, my first one. It's my first one. I knew what I was doing. I knew the questions to ask. Your crash course and the knowledge from that has set me up perfectly.
That was the next question, actually. Someone said, was it just from the crash course alone that you got the knowledge to secure the deal?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to be totally transparent about it. I'm not reading some golden manual. This...
But you did a little refurb. Yeah. You spent how much?
1,700 quid. And I've got no issues with that
so he
whatsoever.
spent money on it.
It's
not no money down. He's literally said at the beginning of the video or halfway through, it was no money down. He literally said, I did not spend a penny on it. Then he's literally just said, I spent £1,700 on a refurb of the property. So how is it a no money down deal? Like, I'm actually getting angry watching this now.
So in summary, this video was a bit brazen. It seems like it was choreographed and staged. And as I said earlier on in the video, there's no need to do that. If this strategy, which it is, or which it can be, is so effective, potentially delivers really high incomes and can help you build up a foothold in property, especially if you don't have the money saved for a deposit. If it's that good, and if anybody can do it, there's no need to stage this whole scenario where the person finding the property is actually your employee and this tired mystery landlord is actually you, the person delivering training and selling this strategy. Not a good look. As I said, people spend thousands of pounds on these courses, right? And you get taught that you can do it, anybody can do it. And sadly, that is not the reality, right? Property is not for everyone, especially high risk, high effort strategies like rent to rent. It's not for everyone. So a more ethical way to do that by coaches like Samuel Leeds and other people out there, because there's a lot of them, is to sell the strategy, yeah, but also make people aware of the risks involved. I'm talking about voids. I'm talking about the time and effort that it takes to actually find these deals and how to negotiate with their landlords and how to make sure that contracts are written and how to make sure that you're not falling foul of rules and regulations and compliance. That's what I would feel more comfortable with seeing when it comes to people selling the rent-to-rent strategy. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Would you still try out the rent-to-rent strategy? Does this open your eyes more about the pitfalls, the pros and cons of it? Let me know. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.